What's poppin', Low Gang? Welcome back to the channel. Get ready for another banger video today, because today we are upgrading Dory yet again. If you don't know Dory yet, this is Dory, my 1998 328i convertible. As you can see, she is absolutely perfect in every single way. I mean, sure, there may be some glaring mechanical issues that I have yet to take care of, but that's a lot less fun to make videos about. Today, we're hopefully gonna be finding some of the most cost-effective upgrades you can possibly do for your car. And what better place to find those upgrades than our collective favorite place in the entire world? Japan. Now, unfortunately, traveling to Japan right now is slightly challenging, and so I thought we'd do the next best thing, which is visit far and away my favorite dollar store in the entire world, Daiso, Japan. If you're not familiar with Daiso Japan, it's basically a Japanese dollar store with entirely Japanese products. It's not technically $1, it's actually more like $1.50. But anyway, I go there all the time for fun, and I've noticed they got this cute little auto parts section. Now, don't get your hopes up. It's not like turbo kits, but it is fun little gadgets for the car. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna be there today because it always changes, but I thought today we could just go and buy every single car accessory we could possibly get our hands on at Daiso, and then install them in Dory's beautiful interior, test out the products, and then at the end, rank them from best to worst. But honestly, it's kind of just an excuse for me to go to Daiso. So without further ado, let's get going. So our grand total for all of this was $25.59. You'll see in a second, but we got a lot of stuff. Some useful, some of questionable usefulness, but all of them look great, and I'm excited to try them out. I have really bad news. I was just setting up to film, and one of the products already broke. I should be clear, I broke one of the products. Spoiler alert, it was this tray table thing, and how it mounts to the bottom of the steering wheel is this guy just kind of hooks over, and then you have a perfect, wonderful tray table on which you can do all sorts of activities. Now, I was taking a photo for the thumbnail, and for some reason, I thought I could get into the driver's seat with the tray table mounted. Newsflash, I can't, and I sat on the table. So that's how we got to this point right here. But I think that serves as a fair introduction to how we will be reviewing each of the products. I'm gonna go through each of the products one by one and review them based on a 3-section review system. Section number 1 is usefulness, section number 2 is quality, and section 3 is obviously the most important one, aesthetic. Also, the last thing to know is that every single one of these items cost $1.50. So my hopes for quality are not all that high, and all of these products should be contextualized with the $1.50 price tag. Anyway, here we go. Item number 1 is this beautiful, this beautiful tray table that mounts to your steering wheel. Before I sat on it and broke it, it was actually pretty nice. I put a full matcha green tea on it, which is not light, and it held up. It wasn't flexing, it wasn't bending, it wasn't breaking. All it took was 195 pounds of me sitting on it to break it. Now, in terms of quality, you know, it's fair. It's got some extra reinforcing right around where it mounts to the steering wheel, and I could see this product being super useful if you ate meals in your car, or if you did a lot of waiting around in your car and you needed a flat place to put your food or your phone or I don't think it would support a computer. Maybe it would, we'll never know. But overall usefulness, I will give this guy maybe an 8 out of 10. As for quality, this guy's gonna get a 6 out of 10. I was thinking maybe going for a 7, but it's kind of brittle plastic. But I do appreciate the design details on the bottom to give it a little bit of extra strength. And finally, aesthetic. I think we can all agree this is a 10 out of 10. I think if anyone saw you with this in your car, they would be jealous. So I think it's a pretty cool aesthetic aesthetic to have around. 10 out of 10, easy. Okay, product number 2 is this organizer that wedges between your seat and your center console. I'm sure we've all seen versions of this before. This one just happens to be $1.50. Now I have my phone situated in here so that we can see just how well it works. I will say, if you take everything out, you can pop out this little organizer. Hold on, come on, get out. Oops. And once you take this organizer out, it'll fit a phone perfectly. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but it is not staying where it's supposed to be very well. I will say this is definitely the fault of my car. This right here isn't a very stable connection. I will point out, because someone's gonna ask, yeah, it's carbon fiber. For $1.50, you're only getting the best carbon fiber possible. Okay, usefulness, probably 8 out of 10. I think we could all use more storage in our car, and this provides additional storage as well as some modularity. So you can customize your storage system. That's pretty cool. On the quality front, as far as little plastic cups go, it's probably up there, probably 7.5. And for aesthetic, plastic that looks like carbon fiber, we all love it. We all want more of it on our cars. Easy 10 out of 10. Products number 3 and number 4 are a bit of an enigma. They appear to be some sort of wipes for the interior of your car. Now this one's pretty clear, cleaning wet sheet. Great, we love cleaning wet sheets. But this one is shine wax sheet. It gives a little bit of extra detail down here. It says, wipe away dirt to create a shine. Ironically, the package is a little bit dirty, but that's all right. We got wipes for that. This one I'm super comfortable using on the interior, whereas this one, I'm a little bit nervous because I don't want my entire interior to be shiny. I say we just send it, give it a shot, see how they do. I have concluded all of the touch-ups with the weird mystery wipes. Here's the verdict. The cleaning wipes, these guys, they just smell like baby wipes. Like, I'm pretty sure they're basically just baby wipes. They work. They clearly were taking dirt off the car. So I would say those ones are great. The shiny wipes, on the other hand, I don't know if I really get it. I took a huge risk and did the entire dashboard, and here's the conclusion. On the tan materials, it doesn't really do anything. There's a little bit of shininess right there, I guess. But on the black materials, it works a lot better. You can see I only did half of the steering wheel. On this half, you can see it's reflecting light a lot better, whereas on this side, it looks, you know, duller, maybe a little dustier. But it definitely gave a level of shininess, I guess. But here's my question. Why? Maybe this is like a thing that people want that I'm just like haven't thought about. But the parts of my car that are shiny are like the steering wheel because it's disgusting. So I don't really want the rest of my car to be shiny. Okay, final verdict on these two guys. I would say usefulness, I gotta give it to them, probably an 8 out of 10. Even if you're not using the shiny wax sheets, you could probably still use the cleaning wet sheet. They seem to do their job, you know, pretty well. Quality, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Finally, our favorite section, aesthetic. The shiny wipes might not be for me, but I'm sure there are people out there who love having a shiny interior. So I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. I might just not understand the shiny car aesthetic yet. So who am I to give it anything less than a 10 out of 10? Okay, product number 5 is this son of a gun. I would call this a window squeegee. Daiso, on the other hand, calls it a water wiper, which is exactly what we're gonna do with it. Okay, I gotta say, in terms of usefulness, I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. It's a water wiper. What more do you want? Quality? Pretty good. It has a rubberized handle that I just realized I never took the plastic off of. It has a high quality rubber edge. The plastic feels high quality. It's another 10 out of 10. And finally, in terms of an aesthetic rating, I'm gonna have to go with a 10 out of 10. I think if someone saw you using this and they were just using any old water wiper, they would go, that's a cool water wiper. I would love to have that in my arsenal. Okay, next product on the chopping block is actually a combination of these 4. These are all used to clean your car in some way. You got the wiping cloth for washing cars. You got the soft car wash sponge. Of course, I would be remiss if I hadn't picked up the microfiber car wash glove. And last, but certainly not least, we have the microfiber towel for car wash. Okay, first up, the wiping cloth, I gotta say, comes in a really cool container. At first, I was confused why it had this flat side, but then I realized with tall cylindrical shapes like this, this, if you put them upright, they're likely to fall over. And if they fall over, they're likely to roll off the table or roll around in the back of your car. This has a flat side, so you can put it on the ground and it's not gonna roll around. That's genuinely genius. All right, so the actual cloth itself, it's kind of interesting. It's actually pretty big once you unroll it. It is thick and certainly feels absorbent. It's certainly microfiber feeling. It's very soft. It just feels a tiny bit plasticky. I think I might even brave the elements and take this outside. On the section where I put it, it actually soaked up everything. And the water isn't really like coming off unless I squeeze it. So I think it genuinely is like a synthetic chamois. Kind of like a maybe this is a ShamWow. Maybe this is Daiso's version of a ShamWow. I'll do a little bit of testing in later videos. We'll see how much Coca-Cola it can soak up. But I gotta say, good start for the cleaning products. This does feel high quality. All right, the soft car wash sponge feels, you know, it feels all right. Nice soft chamois on the outside. In my limited experience with fabrics like this, it'll probably slough a little bit of fiber, but I think that's okay if you're using this to wash off your car and you don't want to scratch it with something more harsh. The foam inside feels pretty good. Overall, seems like a fine sponge. Nothing to write home about. This guy, pretty sweet, I gotta be honest. I think I might do what they suggested and use this only for my wheels. This side is super, super soft. This side will let all the water out, which is a nice design choice. And finally, we got the microfiber drying towel. You can never have too many of these around. That's my motto. And honestly, compared to some like AutoZone ones and ones you would get for probably $5, this seems super nice. And if I can unbox it, it's pretty darn big. That's perfect for drying a car. You want as much surface area as possible. I like the colors, orange and green. So overall, for the cleaning products, usefulness, no joke, 10 out of 10. Quality, on this guy, 10 out of 10. On this guy, 7 out of 10. This guy, 8.5 out of 10. This guy, 8 out of 10. And finally, for aesthetic, I mean, look at it. Say it with me. 10 out of 10. Okay, second to last product is this double-sided slip-resistant sheet. Now this might seem like a weird one, but bear with me. See, on E36s, we have this little slot here that's actually almost perfect for your phone. I'm not sure what it was intended for in 1998, but it's kind of almost perfect for a cellular device. The only problem is when I put my phone in here, you would think these rubber pads down here would keep it from sliding around, but nay. When I hit the accelerator in this 190 horsepower beast, my phone likes to slide out and hit the shifter. And then if I'm in second, I can't go into third, so I over rev the engine, everything blows up, I have to take it to go get rebuilt. I'm out 10K for a full engine rebuild, and BMW's laughing all the way to the bank. This guy might be my ticket to avoid doing all of that over again. It's literally stuck. Did it do what it said it was gonna do? Yeah, like 110%. Once you peel both sides of the backing off, it's literally sticky. It feels like a sticker. It's made of this kind of flexible silicone material. Pretty stretchy, but I gotta say, it's kind of gross. And in terms of actually holding my phone in place, yes, it does it, but it does so by literally sticking my phone to the thing. I don't know, I might have to remove this one. Okay, we gotta rate it. Usefulness, I guess 7 out of 10. If you really don't want things to move around in your center console, it'll do the trick. It just kind of does it in a weird way. Quality, feels pretty high quality. Like, I don't think it's gonna break. So, I don't know, maybe, 8 out of 10 for what it is. And finally, aesthetic, it's clear. You can't see it. 10 out of 10. All right, we've made it to the final product of today. There were a couple other products like these gloves, but honestly, I don't know if they're gonna be that entertaining to review. So you'll probably see them in upcoming videos because obviously you're subscribed. But I thought we should finish everything off with a quintessential car accessory. That's right, the extended cup holder. Now you can see that this bad boy does not sit in my cup holder very well. However, that is not a Daiso issue, that is a BMW issue. BMW makes, for whatever reason, the world's worst cup holders. They are simultaneously too small for anything and too big for anything. Anyway, I got this thinking maybe this would help. I think for a normal size cup holder, this would help. Here you'd have a place to put your cup, and here you'd have a place to put, you know what, change or I don't know, whatever. Here's the problem. Even if this works perfectly, this diameter is maybe 1 centimeter larger than this diameter. So I don't really get the point. Plus, you're putting the whole drink higher up. And on the packaging for this one, it shows a hot coffee beverage. I don't know about you, but I don't like the idea of raising the center of gravity of a hot beverage as I'm driving around in a car. That just feels like a recipe for spilling it on my lap. Okay, now for the good, I think this is pretty useful for change. Not to flex, but E36s have this cool change dispenser thing. But you know, if you don't have an E36, I get it, you want to be like us. And I think this is a perfect way to do it, add a little bit of storage right here. If you are driving a manual car, keep in mind that this raises everything up, so you're gonna be kind of running into it whenever you go to shift. I don't think that's a huge deal, you can always shift like this. Overall, let's go back to our tried and true rating system. Functionality. I'm gonna have to give it like a 4.5 out of 10. I don't think this achieves much that a regular cup holder doesn't, and I think it is maybe a net negative in your car. Even if it fits perfectly, like I don't think this adds more than it takes away, you know what I mean? Quality, on the other hand, durable plastic. For instance, if I were to sit on it, I don't think it would break. And finally, we come down to the most important part, aesthetic. I gotta say, it's Spartan, it's simple, it kind of looks like an upside down boot. But guys, I'm really sorry to end on a negative note, but I think it's gonna be a 1 out of 10. I think if people with regular cup holders saw you using this, they would not think it was cool. It would not be a cool aesthetic. So, gosh, I'm sorry, 1 out of 10. Okay, I think that does it for today's video. I hope you learned something useful. I hope this was helpful. If you've been thinking, gosh, I'm in Seattle, I love cars, I want to go to the Roosevelt neighborhood Daiso and try to buy some car parts there. What kind of accessories might there be, and are they aesthetic? If you've been thinking that, I hope this was a helpful video. Okay, that's it for today's video. If you liked the video, make sure to like the video. If you really like the video, make sure to subscribe. I make a new video every single week. Thank you so much for spending your time watching this video, and I will see you next time. Peace.